And that nigga did it how I always wanted to do it, and I'll never be able to do it like that.
All right, bro. Real quick, because we touched on some shit before this, and it kind of got me in the space where I just want to talk this shit right fast. This has nothing to do with wrestling. Has nothing to do with wrestling. All right. Music Soul Child's best album is Just Listen, bar none. I don't care what anybody says. It's Just Listen. With that being said, and with that notion, what I'm noticing is like Lucky Day to me is his best album. Is his second album. It's not his first one. The first one was cold. The second one, cold. This new one just sounds like Bruno Mars gave him a bunch of stuff and didn't let him be himself. I don't like it.
Now wait, which one? Because Table for Two is an EP, correct?
Yeah, Table for Two is an EP. So I'm talking about like
the Candy album.
Candy, yeah, that's
the Candy album is the best one.
That's the better one. I think that's one of the better ones.
Okay, because I know Joe Budden was talking about this on their podcast. Now I never knew this. That the Lucky Day album, the first what was it called? They just basically packaged up 2 EPs with the album that got misunderstood and all that good stuff on the road.
Yep.
I never knew those were 2 separate EPs that they just packaged together. So I was under the impression that was his debut album.
No, they're pieced together in the space. What up, Heals for Life? They're pieced together in the space where he came up with like I think the first EP was like Painted, and then there was another, and then there was another one where it was like, some type of artsy album. But then the Table for Two was an EP where he just got a bunch of his like homegirls to do it. Like he got one with, Yeba. He got one with,
he got some heat on that too. Like Table for Two was
it's fire. Yeah. It's fire. This last one I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like it. But like Sir's second album. Better album. That's a better album than the first one. I feel like the second album in every artist is like that's the album. Like that's the album where you're like this is my shit. And then you get to your classic. I thought Algorithm, because he had like Bruno Mars with him, was gonna be fire. Like I thought that shit was gonna be lit. Bruno just came off the shit with Anderson .Paak. I thought that shit was gonna be good. I don't like it. I'm disappointed.
Really?
I'm very disappointed.
Really?
I'm disappointed. And I'm not even coming from a space of like, as someone who like performs is like, yo, like this is trash. No, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. What album would you say is like that? Like what artist or what album would you say is like that? Anything, like not even just R&B, like anything at all.
Just like a follow-up I didn't care for, or
yeah.
Oh, so let me say this first. Back to Lucky Day. I really want him and Ari Lennox to do an album together. Ooh. I think they would make such an incredible album. The music that they got already together, oh man, instant classics. Like I love those songs. So I was just like, every time I listen to them, like I just had Lucky Day on when I'm cooking or something, and I'm just vibing out.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, they need to do an album. So you said Just Listen is Musiq Soulchild's best album.
Yep, and it's the second one.
That's kind of tough because I had to think about I Just Want to Sing, and I Just Want to Sing. That was an instant classic for me.
That's a classic. Don't get twisted. It's a classic.
Have Crazy on it.
Have Crazy was so good that Lucky Day said, "I'm sampling that, and I'm just gonna do it over again." And no pun intended. Like he did it over. Like it
was. Somebody, I don't know if you just mentioned them or not, but somebody I also kind of put in that little area with an artist like a Lucky Day. Miguel is somebody who I've been up and down with his albums.
I agree.
I love All I Want Is You. That was an instant classic.
Great album.
Girl with the Tattoo. It's a song that's a song that reminds me of something of a young lady that should have been that wasn't. That's a story for another time. But Kaleidoscope Dream, Kaleidoscope Dream was a great follow-up. I didn't really care for Wild Heart. So I think I'm gonna put Wild Heart in that space because the momentum, like you said, you know, you're going into you done gave 2 super solid projects, and then we get to Wild Heart. And I'm like, all right, you experiment. Like you always did the guitar stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I've always kind of envisioned Miguel as like a heir to the Prince throne, if you will. But it's about finding that balance, and I don't think he found that balance necessarily with Wild Heart. And the War and Leisure album, which was a foray, I think, more so into that area of music creation and making, but it was more balanced. It's like he tried to give the people a little bit more of what they wanted. He went and got J. Cole on there again. Him and J. Cole smashed it. If they ever did like a mashup, best of both worlds type album, I think they would knock that out of the park too. But yeah, as far as somebody that's semi-current, I would probably say Wild Heart because I really love Miguel as an artist, like really rock with him. I think before Lucky Day, I was rocking with Miguel like that. Like Lucky Day came along, and the way I rocked with Miguel was the way I rocked with Lucky Day now.
I think that this is what I'll say. Miguel as an artist bothers me because it's the inconsistency of like how good his music is. For example, when he came out with War and Leisure, the first song was Skywalker, and it was like, bro, what is that? Like it was like that. But the War and Leisure album had like Pineapple Skies, another track on there that's like a Spanish track that's cold or whatever, and it was awesome. But like the follow up was all over the place about how we set up in the first place. So it was okay, but it wasn't amazing like it should have been or whatever. But I think that's with a lot of albums, like a lot of artists. Like for me, like Black's album, his second album, better album, more tracks, whatever. And I think it's a little bit harder too. But like the last one he put out,
I gotta disagree with you on that one, bro. I really enjoy it, but see, that's part of my like mystique, I guess, or the mystery of like who is Old Man Logan. Like, I love depressing music, and like whenever I'm in a certain mood, I and I need to hear certain stuff. Oh, I'm running the Sade. I'm running the Black first album. You know what I'm saying? I'm running the Maxwell.
Free Black is a classic. I'm not saying that, but the second album is a little bit better. It's a little bit better.
I had to revisit it because I'm not with Black. I didn't really care for that third album, but I really liked that first album, and I was just I don't know if I could agree with it. I gotta revisit the second one, but yeah, I gotta disagree with you.
Give the second one a hard listen. Don't listen to Free Black first because Free Black is a whole fucking vibe. Like that album's a whole fucking vibe. Let's get this.
And when you in that pocket too, like I said, man, that's how I ended up getting so attached to Linkin Park and rest in peace Chester Bennington, man. It's just so Meteora is still one of my all-time favorite albums right now as a result, because it's just one of them things where it's like, yo, you just be in the mood and you just saying F the world, and you know what I mean, or you listen to that to wallow in your sorrows, but then it got something else on there where it's just kind of like, all right, I didn't got that out of my system. Let me go ahead and rebuild. You know what I mean? And I do that with R&B too. Like, like we were talking about Sade, off camera and, in our little group chat, discussions and stuff. And just listening to Sade, like you got to cut on Sade when you're in a certain mood, bro. Like Sade, you ain't just cutting on the Sade and you in great vibes. Like it's one of them things where you definitely wallowing in your sorrows and you just want to be in that moment.
First off, listen to Sade is a whole vibe, and people don't even understand. Like, yo, I know it's a bunch of y'all on here. Like, who is Sade? You'll pick the dude that J. Cole said he was too young for. That's who Sade is. You young mother truckers. Jesus Christ, is embarrassing. Let's get into this rest of shit, bro.
It's Toxic Jose, Joe Freelon. He's so toxic.
Yes, it is I, Toxic Jose, one part of the High Tech Wrestling Podcast. Anything for Salinas. Toxic is okay. Okay. Truth and honesty is okay. You got to accept that as it is. We're going to talk some wrestling, get into some wrestling a little bit. I got to introduce my brothers and get this thing all together and get this thing all squared away.
It's Big Oos, Old Man Logan, acknowledging.
Really bothers me that I gave you extra stuff for yours for some reason. I don't know why. But I gave you extra stuff just because you created a podcast, and I just feel like I have to give you extra.
I mean, it's just, I'm Big Oos, man. What can I do? Like, it is what it is, man. But baby, and I'm grateful to you for giving me that credit because I had to earn that credit with everybody else. Everybody else want to make things difficult for me.
Nah, I get you. I feel like I gave you a little bit extra, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
All right, man. Thank you. People, welcome. This is a special July 4th edition of the podcast. We were supposed to get together last night, do our thing like we normally do, but life be life in some time, man, and we wasn't able to get on and do the show. So we went on here. We tried to get things together to make sure we could at least deliver this week like we always do. So thanks to everybody that's listening right now, to everybody that's checking us out in the comments. Appreciate y'all. She Talks, the homie Mel. Hey, Oos, we got to get Mel on the show one day too. Like, I don't know if he's expressed it, but I think we need to have him on there, man. See what he's talking about over there.
Mel is silly. That's why he's not on the show, because he's silly. He just be talking. He talk a lot of shit. Be funny as shit. That's why I'll be.
I mean, that's right up our alley. You know what I'm saying?
Because you already know how Phil talk. Mel is just Mel is a quiet. Phil is loud. He's a big shotgun. Mel is a quiet assassin with his jokes. Okay? Quiet, real quiet.
And in the comments, he says, "I do."
see, real. Look, see, look, real quiet. Like nobody even. Wow, right there, just real. Yeah, you didn't even know it. You didn't even know it existed. All right, hold on. Let me get into some stuff right fast, bro, because we got a lot to recap. We got a lot of stuff to go over. I think I have a heated roundtable discussion that I think we should be discussing at this point.
Before you do that, though, Oos, I gotta address something with you.
Sure.
So I sat back. This came to me last night. I'm sitting back chilling, watching TV. Once I got home, after taking care of my business, and I said, I finally realized why me and Joe always disagree on shit. I said, Joe is HBK, and I'm Bret Hart. Minus the Sonny incident. I said he's HBK and I'm Bret Hart. Like the mindset, the skill sets are there. They respect each other in the ring. They just the viewpoints are different aspects.
Bro, because okay, all right, fine. Here we go.
Do you agree with that comparison though? Like,
yes, I do, because that makes perfect sense to me. No, it makes perfect sense to me. You're right. But it's the thoughts that you say because they make sense. Like, okay, all right. Here's one thing. I'm not saying that because he's not here. I'm saying it because it's true. When Phil says something, he hasn't thought it out yet before he says it. He just says it because he said it came to my mind, so I could say it. No,
right.
He just says it, which makes him very, very much so a candid and important piece. An important character, but when you say something, it has thought behind it. When you said Bianca Belair, what did you say? Did you say Bianca Belair is?
I said Jada Parker is the hood version of Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't let you have it. And the Sean in me can't let you have it. That's why. The Sean in me. There it is. That makes the Sean in me can't allow you to say such things about that woman. I can't.
It's not a bad thing. Like she's very rough around the edges, just in presentation wise. I don't know her in real life, so she could be an adorable sweetheart in real life. But I really do feel like who she's playing is who she is, which is completely fine. But I thought about heel Bianca that we got to see in NXT. I don't know if we'll ever see heel Bianca on main, on main roster. With Trips there, I'm sure it may come out eventually. I hope when the Jade Cargill Bianca feud happens, it's a result of Bianca and not Jade, because everybody's going to be expecting Jade to turn on her. But I'm just looking at the Black Air Force One energy. I'm looking at how naturally it is for her to just come off rough and stuff. Like my braid, you know what I mean? Got my little 3 cuts in the eyebrow, like Big Daddy Kane, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she just that, and it works. It's very appealing. Like, Jada Parker has so many people that don't even watch wrestling tuning in to NXT. It's insane. My guys, shout out to Chauvinist Pig, shout out to the guys at Boulevard Ave. These dudes do not normally watch wrestling. And they're sending me pictures of Jada Parker, like, yo, who is she?
But is that because she's incredibly good looking, or is that because her character is just, pardon that, just one of the best?
I think for them, because they're not vested as far as watching for the character and all that good stuff, I'm thinking it's purely off of looks for them. But it's just, you know, it's a great time in wrestling where you got women that can actually wrestle. It ain't the 90s where they can't wrestle. They can actually wrestle, but they're also gorgeous too.
This is my thing about it all. Okay. And I use the comparison of like 2 different artists when I said it. When I said it, I said it with the intent of like showing the difference. I think that the heel version of Bianca Belair is very Mary J. Blige. I think it's very like early 90s Mary J. Blige, where it's like, you know, that's nice, like that's dope. I think that Jada Parker is she's a bit rougher, so she's like early like 90s Lil' Kim, and I think that's probably why she appeals to us, because she has that very, like, she can be sweet if she wants to, but she got a vibe about it, like she got a rough, like you gotta, you know, chill out. And I think Bianca's so elegant with certain things now because she's handled stuff with such elegance and such poise. So I see her as like, you know, early 90s Mary J. Blige, who had like a hood life, but it's like very R&B into the core type stuff. I don't see Jada Parker that way. And that's not because the comparison isn't a bad comparison. It's just like, when you said it, I'm just like, I don't like that. That's just like,
but see, that's the thing. I don't think that's a fair comparison to say Bianca's Mary J and Jada's Lil' Kim. I think it's more Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim than anything.
I'll let you have that. I don't want to fight that. Nope. Yep. Nah. Yeah, I'll let you have that. I'll let you have that. Yeah. See, Sean and Brett.
Yeah.
Sean and Brett.
I had to think about that. I say, yo, that is the dynamic, which ain't nothing. There's totally nothing wrong with it because it gives different perspectives, which I like. It's the yin and the yang. But I just was like, yo, it's very seldom me and him agree on anything. But I was just like, why? Like, just trying to figure it out. And I was, it dawned on me, the whole Brett being the GOAT conversation that started on Bleacher Report, where they ranked him number 1 as the GOAT. And anybody that's ever watched Hot Take, they know Bret Hart is he's my all-time favorite wrestler. So I absolutely had zero problems with that. But I could also understand where a gentleman like yourself, who, you know, Michael Hickenbottom over there, would have an issue with that.
It is Shawn Michaels, and then everybody is 1A. Like, it is Shawn Michaels and everybody's 1A. And I don't even care what version of Shawn Michaels you give. You can give me full on Playgirl Shawn Michaels. Pause. And I'll take that version of him. Or you can give me Cockeye Shawn Michaels. Pause. I'll take that version of him. Like either one. Like, it's fine. But like Hickenbottom's booking, it's getting better, but it was pissing me off for a while. But like, we'll recap that. We'll recap that all in a little bit. Give me 1 second.
And now your week in review.
All right. So basically, I'm just gonna put it out there for those of you that got a chance to watch Forbidden Door. You watched Tony Khan show you long-term booking, because if you watch Dynamite, you saw how they all connected and how all things went together, which was a brilliant display of it. Now, Tony Khan is probably one of the best bookers in the business right now, by just the matches he puts together. Storyline thing was always the one that needed work, but he's showing you, I can do this storyline shit if I really want to. It doesn't really make a difference. I can do it. Fast forward that, Dynamite was good because we got to see what we've all been pandering to see in the first place. We got to see MJF again. like real MJF, not the one pandering to the crowd, schmoozing it up, like the real MJF, like knocking stuff out of fans' hands, throwing trash at fans, busted somebody open or whatever, calling out Will Ospreay and run out of the ring. That's healing business. Now, transition. Raw. Raw was good, solid. It's very, very good. Like in terms of just like it just being like good in terms of a setup. It didn't feel special to me, and that's the lackluster feel that I got from Raw. Because we saw that Drew McIntyre's going Money in the Bank, which I think is a stupid idea, but we'll get into that later. And then we also saw that the slots for like Wyatt 6, where they're just slowly building, they're just becoming like slow sloggers in the first place to be able to do certain things, and they're showing the dominance, and also maybe the dog in Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker, which I think is a beautiful thing as well. Tuesday, NXT. Heatwave was on Sunday. I don't even know if we're going to go over that, but it is on Sunday. This is the thing. Javon Evans came on to another part I was on. Real good, real nice dude, man. Real smooth, real chill dude, right? Real cool dude. And I'm a supporter of him. I already told him. I told him when I saw him, I was like, yo, bro, you got to beat Trick Williams because Trick is, he's all right. But he's not you, bro. Like, you got to beat him. But they set everything
not
up.
gonna be good, but I hear you.
No, but yeah, you got it. You got to beat that. But I think they set everything up. This is my thing about the way they set that up. They put Trick and Javon on top, which kind of makes it like that's the match people want to see, which I appreciate thinking about it. However, Ethan Page is still Ethan Page. Shawn Spears is still Shawn Spears. I don't foresee it going that way. Now, that match should be a banger. It should be fire. But we'll see how it goes in terms of how they do it. Anything I missed? Anything you want to go over for the week recap, Earl?
Well, you didn't touch on Forbidden Door. Like, what's some of your highlights from Forbidden Door?
For me, Forbidden Door from the pre-show on had great wrestling. The Lucha Bros, I think versus CCML, like their little All Stars, whatever. That was those were great matches. The Danielson versus Shingo match. By the way, Shingo was a fucking dog in the ring. I strongly suggest people go look at him up in New Japan. That was awesome. The Toni Storm versus old girl whose name I can't remember, but she's pretty awesome. Toni Storm is the best female gimmick in the world right now. There is nobody who's
thank the Glob villain, Tony.
No, bro. She's Marilyn Monroe that wrestles, bro. Like that's all that. Like that's really what that is. She is.
So you're taking what I'm saying and you're adding to it, saying, okay, this is her swagger jacking Marilyn Monroe and the Vaude villains,
bro. No. The Vaude villains were like the Vaude villains were like, trendy. Like they were nice and the little mustache. But no, this is a whole different character. This isn't Toni Storm with like the leather jacket, freaking glasses coming out with the, no, this is like a whole different human.
That's because that Toni Storm, like you just said, with the leather jacket and the hat, it was just like copy and paste of every other. It was Natalia, it was Liv, it was, you know what I'm saying, Mandy. Like it was the same prototypical look for a blonde wrestler, a blonde female wrestler. Like there was nothing to get excited about from that. Whereas with the Toni Storm character that she has now, it's something new for her, and we're actually getting to see her have some depth with it, actually make this a valuable character that people care about, that people enjoy. And for me at least, it revitalized her tremendously, because before that she was floundering as a result of the Toni Storm that was being presented.
I think the group that she was in could have been so much more, but it was improperly done with her, Saraya, and Ruby Soho. I think that was just a bad vibe. I do think that shouts out to Tim Farmer.
I was just gonna say, can we highlight his comment,
bro? This dude, Tim Farmer, is one of the funniest wrestle content creators I have ever seen. Just off of sheer context alone, by just some of the things he's able to comment. Okay, like that That guy's one of them. He has a thing called Wrestle Talk Federation where they have debates. Heels for Life Wrestling, Stormy, all those guys will be a part of it. You should definitely check it out. Tony Storm's character has always been like, she's been like a little cool, and we for lack of a better statement and being able to come up with my words properly, Tony Storm is a New Zealand woman with a fat ass, and we find that appealing as men. I just said what I said. I apologize for how that is, but the fact is Tony Storm can wrestle, she can cut a promo, and this character is the best character in the women's division. The CEO character is Mercedes Moné in a fucking office as a temp agency. It's terrible. It's trash. Okay. Chris Statlander was an alien at one point. That whole gimmick is gone. That's not even there.
That needs to go though.
Yeah.
I think where the character she has now has some legs if they push her correct.
Yeah.
I'd love to see her and Willow have a feud if down the line.
They wrestled last night and it was good. They wrestled last night and it was really good. So at this point, I think that's the move, and that's how it should go moving forward. Like that's how it should be set up at that point forward. Now, in terms of WWE, nobody in WWE has that character in terms of being able to be like that character gets over regardless of how it's set up, but regardless of who plays it or how it looks or how it's set up. That character is just chef's kiss. Beautiful. The issue, however, is now when you do certain things, certain aspects of certain characters in WWE, they're not going to give that Tony Storm leeway like that. Like Tony Storm and Mariah and this woman whose name I cannot think of. Chat, if y'all have the information, please put that up in the chat so I know her name so I can say it properly. That is it's a smash. It's a smash hit. Okay, it's enough to where it's like involving us with a complicated triangle of friendship, complicated triangle of three great wrestlers, because Mariah wrestled really well too. But it's good. Toni Storm is the best in the women's business right now. She's the best. She's the best. There's nobody else that has that gimmick, that has that character. There is nobody else like that. Till Sister Abigail starts doing shit like that with WWE, with Nikki Cross, I don't want to hear nobody else talk about anybody else WWE with their character. Nobody.
Mina Shirakawa?
Yes. Mina Shirakawa. That was awesome. Also, Swerve versus Ospreay.
Instant classic.
Bro, you can't touch that. There's nothing you can do to touch that, and you can say that you touched that in the first place.
And I'm so glad they didn't take the title off him.
No, they couldn't. You can't take that title off. You can't take that title off him because of the legacy that he's putting behind it. He's going to be Ospreay. He might be MJF, depending on which MJF we get, because now we got heel MJF, which basically means it's a good guy versus a bad guy in the first place. And then we might be able to get him versus Hangman, who is in the Owen Hart tournament out of nowhere and is crazy as fuck now with a weird mustache. That's the thing.
Now, for me, this is where I'll see how much Tony Khan's invested in Swerve, because that inevitable MJF versus Swerve is coming. I wouldn't be mad at him if he takes the belt off of him and put it on MJF. I mean, it's just kind of how that goes. MJF is the pillar, I'll say, because I think everybody else is like that. They're interchangeable. I could see a scenario where the Bucks leave. I could see a scenario where, Sammy Guevara leaves. I could see a scenario where Paige leaves because he was, NXT. They were trying to get him over to NXT first anyway. But I think MJF making that stance, not to say that he won't never try to go to WWE, but at least him saying, hey, for now, I'm here. This is my playground. This is my yard, cool. I do got a little side note with that too. I was looking at the MFT shirt that Tama Tonga wears, and I can't unsee this. I'm not going to take credit for it. I saw this on Twitter. Somebody said, yo, WWE think they slick. That was supposed to be MJF's shirt. Like if MJF would have left. And you look at the MFT logo and you look at the MJF logo. the My Family Tree versus Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and literally it's verbatim the same logo. The only difference is the F, the T instead of the F.
Hold on 1 second, big bro. Hold on 1 second, big bro. I gotta get somebody else in here because he just showed up from the islands. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Let's get this thing going right back. I'll just take care of it.
OMG, it's Clutch Buso, king in a black robe. Ill will, hashtag high takes king.
Ladies and gentlemen, Esteban Clutch is in a building.
Esteban!
Hola. Today is the 4th. It's the 4th, whatever it means to you today. And that's how I feel about that. But
You say hola? You say hola?
Say hola.
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 Look. Talk to us, man. It's been a while, bro. Talk to us, bro. It's been a while, bro.
I have successfully gathered myself from out of hell. I've been dealing with that for a few weeks. The place I go to make sure I'm stable is a hell of a place to work. But I always say if they had a face, I'd punch it. But either way, I got a break. And with that break, I've been getting meat straight. But don't think that in between that break, I ain't been paying attention to what's been going on, whether it be with you all and in wrestling. Because if I didn't just hear correctly, you guys were speaking about the whole MJF, Danny Garcia stuff, and then the comparison with the shirt. I seen that too.
Yeah.
MFT thing. And while we talking about it, have they still said what the hell MFT means?
My
what does it
family
mean?
tree. My family tree.
Why?
What?
My family tree.
Why?
It came from, I guess, the graphic that they utilized when Rock was doing a promo when it was Rock, Roman, and Cody on the stage.
That's what that means.
Really?
My family tree.
That's
Really?
what I saw on Twitter. They said it's supposed to mean my family tree.
Oh, real quick.
My
For those of you
family
wondering,
tree.
real quick. For those of you wondering, yes, I am getting my hair braided on my live right now. My life doesn't stop because I'm doing dressing shit. Okay, this is called commitment. Okay, this is called Beautiful. I'm gonna shout her out in the actual YouTube video. You can follow her as well. She does braids. She also does silk presses. You do silk presses? And so that's expensive. I'm not doing that. But yeah. Is it a hair battle or a battle? It's what? It's a hair battle is her name. She's underscore. Why is it underscore? Okay, whatever. It's a hair battle or whatever. Yeah, I'm giving hair break. Now, back to what you said. My family tree is a stupid acronym. It's the dumbest thing I've heard.
It's a stupid acronym for a threatening individual.
Or it could be my effing family, or my. They'll figure it out. But apparently it's supposed to be my family tree.
Just like the pride is stupid. That's all stupid. The
The pride. I was disappointed with that. Again, something else I saw on Twitter. They said the fumbles of Triple H's reign thus far. The booking of Bobby Lashley and the Profits. Dijak was another one. The release of Dijak, and there was one other one I can't think of at the moment. But those are the main two.
The Dijak even said it on a pod where he's like, I am a plug and play, and I know I'm a plug and play, but I also have a great character. And the problem with that is that people realize that I'm a plug and play, and no one wants to utilize the plug and play until it's too late, where they can't use anybody else. And that is the problem. I think that Dominic Dijak is very underutilized. I think he was put in a position where it's a shame he didn't win a title with NXT as North American champion or as an NXT heavyweight champion, because he has enough character where he could have cut a promo. He has enough character where he has a presence, and he can wrestle anybody.
Definitely.
He can wrestle anybody, and doesn't get enough credit for that.
Yeah,
doesn't get enough credit for that. Before we go back to the Dominic thing with fumble, Tim Farmer said, was Swerve versus Ospreay better than Ospreay versus Takeshita or Takeshita? Excuse me. At Revolution. Yeah. So have y'all seen that match or no?
I did. I'm trying to figure out how to answer because
I'd have to rewatch both just to be able to definitively say this one's better than that one.
I
But the way I
saw
feel
both.
Osprey, I mean, you can't lose with dude, man. Like he's gonna put a great show on. Swerve was gonna put a great show on. So, but to definitively say which is better, I'd have to go and watch him again.
Y'all know how it is with me with picking these type of things because if I already kind of know who's going to win and who's going to lose, it does something for me for what the match actually is. And we all knew that, well, some people saw different. I kind of knew this was a great rematch. Although the match, it, match
Your audio a little muffled, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say that again. Say what you just said again.
I was saying just knowing that, the chance, in my opinion, I already knew Swerve was going to keep the belt. I didn't think that they were going to take the belt off him in that Osprey match, but the match still delivered. In the Takashita match, it's kind of a little different, but it still delivered. So it's kind of like, this is one of those, it's a real toss-up, in my opinion. Even though we knew the outcome, I think Swerve and Osprey match was better. And I think that's because it did more to me. That's my opinion on that one. But again, you also probably got to like rewatch it a few more times to probably see a few more things take out and then ask the question again.
Right.
I feel like the matches are so different because the Takashita versus Osprey match was more of a wrestling showcase, and the Osprey versus Strickland match was more of a storytelling type match because no one wanted to lose that match. Like it wasn't one of those matches where like we put on a wrestling showcase and we're just as good as anybody else, or it's just as good as whatever else we do, whatever. So we just showed on and we show up and show out. I don't think that's what it was. Osprey and Strickland was a match for the ages because it was such a good story in ring. Like they started off fast and they slowed things down, and then they showed the difference in the dynamic of their styles. Like I said this on somebody, like I think I said this on another podcast. Nobody really wrestles like Swerve Strickland. Like no one has that balance of being ferociously wild but still engaged enough to where it's like controlled. It's like it's controlled fury in a sense. Like with Kenny Omega's the same one. Nobody really wrestles like Kenny Omega. You know what I'm saying? But if I put Will Ospreay somewhere, I would say he is Ricochet with more weight and with a power move with the hidden blade. Just my opinion. That doesn't make him a bad wrestler, and that doesn't still make him one of the best wrestlers in the world. But with Ospreay, I've seen what Ospreay does before, and I can just say Ricochet can do the same thing. That's just what I think.
Yeah,
so,
they wrestle very similar.
Yeah.
But they have like a yin yang to them because of the weight difference and the way their brawling style. Like I paid attention to like Ricochet depends on a lot of moves versus strikes, and Ospreay has more strikes versus moves in his move set to me. So that's why they kind of like defer a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I'd give it to Ospreay as the better striker overall. But I do think WWE fumbled, and I said it because of how they do creative things, that they do fumble a lot of people, because they almost fumbled Becky Lynch before Becky Lynch was doing like the whole quinoa thing on Twitter. They almost fumbled Stone Cold by calling him Iceman Frost. That's the thing. They gave Rock
Iceman Frost is it.
Iceman Frost was a thing. They gave what is it? They gave Rocky Maivia. We'll just leave it there, bro. They did Rocky Maivia. That was the thing. With the tribal.
That was the other thing. It was the Ricochet thing. They were saying those are the biggest three fumbles of the Triple H thing, which I don't personally believe Ricochet's gone yet. He's technically still signed, which is why he didn't pop up at Forbidden Door like everybody was saying he was going to do.
Bro,
I agree, but at the same time, I don't with that part of it though, because honestly, Ricochet's promo skills held him back from getting the push that he deserves, that he really That's what messed him up. He needs
And
somebody
they
to
put
talk for him.
championships on him. They put
Yeah.
titles on him,
Like
so
he's held all the mid card belts. You know,
yeah.
did he win a tag belt?
No, you know what? I thought they were gonna make him and Aleister Black tag champs when he was still there.
And
They
they should
had
have.
them like random here.
They should have. They messed that up. They fumbled that.
They messed that up real bad.
I think it's because the Hardys came back. Is that why?
I can't remember the reasoning. I want to say if they ended up putting Aleister on SmackDown. I think it was a draft thing, and Aleister went to SmackDown because Aleister got released shortly after that. But that's the same way they was pushing Aleister with that Big E situation. That was everybody was kind of into that. And out of the blue, they just they released Aleister Black.
Yeah,
I think that was 38. Oh no, was it 38? No. What year was that when Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar opened WrestleMania?
That was 38.
That was 38.
Or maybe 37.
So one of those. I just remember that Aleister Black and Ricochet had a WrestleMania match at that WrestleMania as a tag team, but I forgot who all. 35. Okay. Yeah.
It was 35. Thank you, Tim Farmer.
I remember they had a tag team match at that event, but if it was anything that made me believe in it, it was that particular match. I don't know why. I think you hit it on the head. The draft is supposed to be what messed it up and all that, but y'all put them on the team together, not let it go anywhere when you already had like a certain struggle with tag teams, especially during that time. Like that actually worked.
That was that VKM time, man. He was just, and he had such success with tag teams in the past, so I didn't understand the resistance of pushing tag teams within major storylines, story arcs, as like the main. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, you would get like a tag team like the Hardys and the Dudleys and Edge and Christian. They would main event, event. But since after that, it was a rarity that took place, and I don't know why they started having a resistance towards it. Until Triple H started putting more of an emphasis on it in NXT. But it was one of those moves where Vince brought a lot of talent up from NXT and just underutilized them. It was almost criminal. Like he made it his business to like destroy some of these characters.
I'll chime in on what you said at this point to that. In NXT, even during that time when Vince was still in charge, they had ready-made successful tag teams in NXT. They still get called up with that success, whether it been from the Indies, New Japan, or whatever they did in NXT. They get called up. As soon as Vince puts his hands on them, they get ruined. How does they get ruined? I'm going to tell you how it gets ruined. He either takes the gimmick away that made them successful on either the Indies or NXT or in Japan, or he'll make them successful to the point where it starts to make you wonder who the better guy is and start to tease a split. He does it with every single one of them. Every one of them. The Ascension. The Ascension. They were down there running shit for real. As soon as they got called up and got compared to the Road Warriors, the gimmick they had that mattered went to hell. And then what happened to them?
They were bodyguards. They were bodyguards for freaking Stardust. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. I have to put that out there.
That happened. That also happened. The Street Profits. NXT tag team. They went down there and won NXT tag belts. They won Evolve tag belts. They get to the main roster. Just because of their success and popularity, Vince kept them in a position where you have to show them. They keep getting they got more belts. But then what happened, guys? What happened? What happened? And they're in the group called the Pride just because Vince made an argument because of the way that they wrestle over who's better. Teasing splits for years. Just so that they don't split. Put them in a group. That's their formula right now. Hell, even the Usos are split up. Come on, man. Like,
you don't like main event Jay, bro? You don't like me?
I love him. I love that guy. I love Jimmy too. No,
No yeet. No
A
yeet.
certain tag team could have been tag teams forever.
I think that is the formula. I think Tim Farmer hit on the head too when he was saying that there are a lot of issues of putting single competitors together and making them a tag team, which doesn't make sense. Because why would you put two people who singularly are good? Austin Theory does not need to touch a tag team belt ever again.
Thank you.
Austin Theory has too much talent in the ring to be with one person for a tag team. Grayson Waller is one of your better heels, and you need a lot more heels on SmackDown. You do.
Let me jump in real quick, bro.
Go ahead.
You know how I say AJ Francis is better as a manager?
Yeah.
He's just gonna be a big ass Suge Knight-esque manager.
Yeah.
That's what Grayson Waller is. He doesn't do it as a competitor to me. And that tag team is I think at least them trying to get maybe some coaching / whatever from Austin with Grayson to try to get that over. And it's not really working. I think they see the potential in Austin Theory, and it's hard not to see the potential in the guy. They just haven't figured out the way to push him, and that's the issue they having with him. Because this dude, they've put the U.S. title on him. They got the tag title on him now. I think the only mid card he didn't touch was the IC, right?
Yeah.
So you've put almost all the mid card titles on him already, except for one, and he's still not clicking just yet. And it's like, what are you gonna do? But Grayson probably should just, if anything, just be a manager or play the. Everybody can't be Miz, man. That was the thing about Miz. Miz had that charisma working for him from the time of him and John Morrison tagging together. Like, what he lacked in the ring, at least he got over with charisma. Grayson is a charismatic guy, but nowhere near the level that Miz was. And that's what I think they're hoping for with dude, but it's just not there. At least not for me.
I'm going to argue with you, and it's not because of the Shawn thing. I'm going to argue with you.
It's totally because of the Shawn thing. Before you say your piece, Esteban.
Mm-hmm.
I said this before you jumped on, brother. I figured out why me and Jose always disagreeing. And I made this comparison. I said, he's Shawn Michaels, and I'm Bret Hart. Do you agree with this comparison that this is why me and him disagree on all our wrestling takes because of those viewpoints?
Hell yeah. Have you ever heard them talk about wrestling? Need I say more? Bret Hart, to this day, you couldn't give Bret Hart like $1 million. You couldn't promise him Owen coming back or nothing to say anything nice about Bill Goldberg. You couldn't tell Bret, I got the key to the city. I got like free drugs to sell with no kickback from the government or nothing. To say one nice thing. One. Hell, you couldn't pay Bret Hart to say Goldberg's name without saying Bill Goldberg. He refused to not say Bill Goldberg. He refused to say anything nice about him. I don't blame him personally, but that's just how he is. When Bret mind is set up about a person or certain stuff with the business, he's set in his ways. I think this year is the first time he attempted to say anything nice about Triple H since like 1999. Only because how well the direction of the business is going, he was almost obligated to say something nice about Triple H. But let things been the same. It wasn't gonna happen.
I think what people fail to realize is that Bret Hart, even my counterpart, Old Man Logan, said like he had his career ended so prematurely and so early that it's hard for him to be able to say that someone is in a space of where they were. I think a Triple H versus Bret Hart match would have slapped in the 2000s.
I think 2002 Bret Hart versus Triple H at that time would have been ridiculous.
It'd have been crazy, and I think Bret has wrestled for so long with so much that when that happened, I don't know the severity of the concussion, but I know that when those things happen concussion wise, it's hard to return and still be at the elite level that he was. Bret Hart is at an elite level of wrestlers that people ascertain to get to now and are never going to touch. I don't think that Bret Hart is premature in anything that he says when he says it. Does Triple H have great ideas? I believe so. Did he do it by himself? I do not think so in any shape, fashion, or form. I do believe that he has ideas where he's like putting stuff together. But I don't think do I think that Bret Hart is ever wrong? Of course I do. Do I think Bret is ever wrong about Goldberg? Hell no. Goldberg's an asshole. Goldberg was asked by Bubba Ray Dudley or Bully Ray one more match. He was like, I probably got one more in me, and I got a torn rotator cuff I got to fix. You almost slammed Undertaker on his head. You have lost significant amount of strength, weight, and the ability to wrestle, and you only have 2 moves. You're old. You just turned 98 just now. Oh, wait, no, I was wrong. 99. There it is. There is nothing for you to do in the business anymore. You're not going to have a great title run. No one wants to see you hold the title. No one wants you to have a last match in any shape, fashion, or form. It's just not going to happen at all. Doesn't make sense at all in any shape, fashion, or form. So the fact you're sitting there saying, oh, I can do one more. No, you can't. No.
Well, if it's contingent upon how he wants to do it, if it's a squash match, he can do that.
Hey, stop.
No.
No, I'm not saying I want that. I'm not saying I want that. I'm just saying.
I'm just being a fan reacting to such a issue.
That's a typical Goldberg match, you know.
This is why we argue.
Squash joint. I come through with the 10-minute entrance. Dude, he's standing across the road like a jobber. It could be whoever, you know, spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3. That's it. He can do that. I mean, I would assume he could still do a jackhammer. I don't know. Pause on jackhammer too. That sounds nasty in 2024.
Big pause.
The jackhammer. I'm not gonna say it again.
No, dude.
This type of stuff makes me mad. No. No.
God,
that's what they're trying to make Breaker into, though. I don't really care for it. I like him better on the main roster, but
whoa! You will not do that. You do not get to do that.
I don't do
you
what?
You do not get to say that. No, they are not turning Braun Breaker into Bill Goldberg. Don't you say that.
What trajectory do you give Braun Breaker's career at this point right now, other than Goldberg?
It's probably like his uncle. I think
probably never get a true solo run. So,
who? Scott Steiner?
No, Scott Steiner ain't his daddy.
No, Rick Steiner's his dad.
Right. I said his pop never really got a solo run. I said so. You can't say that.
That's why I said uncle. That's why I said uncle. His uncle is probably his uncle is the way to go about doing it. You do it like his uncle. See how? Listen, the running from across the ring off the top rope Frankensteiner is something Bill Goldberg wouldn't have even done if he was in shape. Okay.
Oh wow! Check out Farmer's comment.
The ability to Okay.
And Grenade Yolo agreed.
No, we're not going to have you agree with you on this. Is a terrible thing. Well,
they're not agreeing with me. They're agreeing with Tim Farmer. They don't even know my real name.
Tim Farmer. Listen. Breaker's not even close to the rookie Bill Goldberg. Breaker is everything Goldberg wanted to be. That's my point. Don't let those two wrestle. Listen, Braun Breaker can wrestle William Regal for 10 minutes. He can do that. That's something he can do. That is a fact. That is something he can actually do. Bill Goldberg almost dropped Undertaker on his head. Twice.
Don't even. Yeah.
Bill Goldberg needed Dolph Ziggler's help to get back over. Bill Goldberg had to be squashed by Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is such a good seller that he made Bill Goldberg relevant again. Bill Goldberg wears opposite knee pads because he has lost so much mass, in his body, that he has to now compensate for those types of things. Bill Goldberg is out of shape. Bill Goldberg is a mythological legend that should be left there, and he should never wrestle again. Period.
I got a great question for you.
Period. I'm listening.
That's a segue. All right, you ready for it?
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing up Brock Lesnar, because I was thinking in the events that took place on SmackDown. I don't know if we touched on that on the weekly recap, but bigger impact. Brock coming to avenge. Good pause. Brock Lesnar appearing on SmackDown to avenge Paul Heyman being powerbombed through the table as a precursor to the Tribal Chief return, because I don't think he's coming back until SummerSlam. Or does Roman come back first?
Hold on. Here we go. Hold on a second. I like this.
Ooh, the round table's getting heated.
Heated round table.
All right. Say it again.
All right.
Say it again.
So I'm thinking, last week on SmackDown, the new bloodline, the newly formed bloodline around Solo Sikoa, after the refusal of one wise man known as Paul Heyman to anoint Solo Sikoa as the official new tribal chief, Jacob Fatu and the rest attacked Paul Heyman, and they put him through the announcer's table. So I said, they got me to thinking, what move makes more sense? Does it make more sense for the return of Brock Lesnar in this moment to come back and attempt to avenge Paul Heyman, or does Roman Reigns come back and now we start to see the realliance, I guess the word, if that's even a word, of himself, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Wise Man, and somehow, some way, I don't know how you add Sammy into the mix, but the OG bloodline.
Okay. Well, first, I just want to say this out loud. I'm never going to forgive Goldberg for letting the Fiend put him over in Saudi Arabia. Now that we're off of that. To what you just was mentioning about Friday. So I think to make it make sense, because honestly, until Friday, I got stuck on the way it playing out, having Sami Zayn in it because of, him literally being a part of that version of the bloodline. But then I'm looking at what he's doing with who we were just talking about, Braun Breaker. And I think he's going to beat Braun Breaker. So I think he's probably going to be locked into that for a while. So I'm trying to figure out how would they have incorporated that with what he kind of is doing. If he was still kind of doing like a few weeks with Chad Gable, then a few weeks with somebody else, and then it was just open kind of, I could see how it'll work. But I think what he's doing with Breaker, he's going to be doing that for a nice little while so that he can like build him, because Breaker's not going to beat him in his first title match on the main roster. It's not happening, and I'm telling you that right away. Until then, I thought about that, but after Heyman got attacked like flat out, honestly, for it to be what it's supposed to be, Roman should come back first. Roman should incorporate, the twins coming back, but then just leave open that it's one more person involved based on what's happening. And then it's like rock music hitting after Roman's return and that whole reunion. That's one of those break the internet kind of things. Number one, because of Brock's situation with the legal stuff, they literally haven't been using him just so that they can literally legally clear up the issues with that. We ain't gonna talk about that though. And aside from that, that's the only reason he hasn't been utilized, period. You that's saying Brock Lesnar's back too. And that match would be crazy because Jacob Fatu and Brock Lesnar, same ring. Oh Jesus. Hey, that match, like that whole concept, like, hey, it shouldn't go no other way.
That's different. Like, okay, all right, here we go. You got to understand that whenever you bring people back, and you put them in the space, and you say this person comes back and this person comes back, what's going to happen with the precursor? Because Brock Lesnar, yeah, he's an older gentleman, but that don't mean he can't still carry a title, even if he wants to work. Because even if he works that part-time schedule, WWE is not opposed to having part-time champions. We all know that. If you want the storyline to go the right way, you have to do it where Roman comes back. Now, would I like Brock Lesnar to come back and destroy this new bloodline, but then get his ass whooped by Jacob Fatu? That would make me happy. Is he going to do business like that? No.
No, we can't really say that because Brock, at this last little run of Brock, he put over Cody. He obviously doesn't have a problem putting over certain talent. Jacob Fatu, I don't know if he would necessarily put Solo over because what I was telling Kenny when we did the episode prior, I said, yo, that's not going to be a side dude. Jacob, that whole segment, I was watching Jacob. I know Solo is supposed to be the guy, right? But he's smaller than Jacob. Jacob had his own theme. Tama Tonga didn't have a theme when he came on the scene. Week 2, he came out there, no music, no interest, none of that. Jacob Fatu had music. He had the theme, interest music, all that was already ready to go. That dude is going to be the face of the new bloodline. It's just about getting to that part of the storyline.
Because he pretty much has to be. Like he has to be. Like it's not one of those things. I'm not saying this in context of how I want things. I'm saying it how WWE is going to do it. They put Solo in charge for a reason because Solo has to fall from grace. He has to set this thing up where he has this mindset of where he's the leader and they have to make him look strong and they have to make him look huge. But it's just like the Brood. Gangrel was the leader. Edge was the attraction, though. Freaking Solo Sikoa is the leader. Jacob Fatu is the attraction. Gorillas of Destiny looked at Jacob Fatu when he got there like, ooh, this is getting real. Because they know, like we all know, or those that watch anything with Jacob Fatu in it, this is about to be one of those things where it's not a lot you can do with this particular wrestler. Jacob Fatu can do high flying. He can ground and pound. He's technical enough to be able to get along with technicals. He has enough personality where he can talk to you and talk that smack to you in the ring. Jacob Fatu is different. He's different. And I don't want people to get this misconstrued. If it's Roman versus Jacob Fatu, I don't know who wins. If it's going to be also an actual real wrestling type of deal. Because if it's Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns, I think Jacob Fatu should go over. That's my opinion.
That's my I'm going to give a hot take right now, bro, and I'm going to say it and I'm going to stand by it. I don't think Roman will be in the title picture next WrestleMania. His next WrestleMania, WrestleMania 41, will be Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns. Yeah, I know everybody thinks it's going to be Rock versus Roman. No. I think Roman's going to have to do the job and put over Jacob. That's the only way to make Jacob as super relevant as you can and make him be the big deal he deserves to be in WWE. Roman got to put him over.
This is called Heated Roundtable for a reason. Hell no.
We got some great comments too, y'all. So we're gonna have to respond to some of them in a second. But y'all get y'all.
Actually, people, Tim was saying about the forgiveness thing and all that, but I have to make this point so that can be addressed.
Right.
Please don't think that the Roman Reigns that we're used to, that had the championship, is the Roman Reigns that's returning. He's not that person. He's going to make sure we know he's not that person. And I'm almost positive if he doesn't address it in private, he's going to address how there's an apology owed or apology that has to happen or will happen before everybody just makes sense of them all being back together. I know that's a part of the union. He's going to apologize. I don't think he won't. And I think that's stupid for him not to. Aside from that, y'all kind of hit it on the head. It's always been like one person in any stable that stood out over a leader. Hell, in Evolution, at first it was Randy Orton, and then it ended up being Batista. It was never Triple H. Let me think. That's really been a thing for a while. I dare say Triple H was never the attraction of any group he was in. At some point, X-Pac was. And DX, like it wasn't even him. Without Shawn in it, like it literally is like that. However,
I'd have to completely agree with that. I think once you had that New Age Outlaws, X-Pac, Triple H, China, X-Pac was definitely like
the standout.
Yeah, the standout.
That wasn't China. Yeah, it was always like that. And then Shawn, well, when Shawn was in it, it still kind of was Shawn. Triple H was like a leader, but never like the focus. It was never like that until the Authority. But anyway.
How do we book Roman Reigns? Still be the Roman Reigns that we know that he actually is. I don't want Big Dog Roman Reigns back. I don't ever want to see Big Dog Roman Reigns ever.
It is impossible.
You're gonna get the bulletproof vest back, bro. You're not.
No, we will never get that back.
That's not back. The vest is coming back.
The vest not coming back.
Not the vest, not the vest Roman Reigns, but you're gonna get the vest presentation. Because this is how I see this happening. If you don't have Brock return, you're gonna have Roman come out there. Man, I'm tribal chief. What are y'all doing? Woo, woo, woo. And he gonna get his ass handed to him, and then he gonna get put through a table. And you're gonna have Jimmy show up, and Jimmy try to help him, and Jimmy gonna have a little momentum, and Jimmy gonna get his ass handed to him. And that's when you're gonna see them have to pop up on Raw, and they're gonna have to talk to one main event Jay. And they're gonna have to go talk to Big Sammy. And they're gonna just close the door. They're gonna show them going in the, in the locker room, closing the door. And that's how you build that story.
Yeah.
But Big Dog is coming back. The best is coming back.
No, it's not.
I better look. I got y'all. Y'all know I like the best stuff. I bet $1. I bet $1.
$1.
$1 or 10 push-ups.
No, I want a bottle.
$1 or 10 push-ups. Now, Clutch, don't laugh. I know 10 is easy. $1 or 10 push-ups. I got that bet going on with Phil on Boulevard Ave about Ghost coming back in power. So
I get in on that because it's not happening.
But $1 or 10 push-ups, that'll be the bet that the vest returns.
Vest presentation.
I see that. And I think that's what everybody mad at. They don't want that Roman to come back. That's the one like, all right, yeah, best Roman is terrible. We want tribal chief Roman, but not that Roman.
Let me get in on this. Number one, Ghost ain't never coming back. That's just not gonna happen, bro. Like that's it's
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna have to have you come on Boulevard Ave, so you chime in.
You don't need to.
I got a chime of 3 on that. It's not happening.
You too. We'll figure it out. All
right, we gotta figure that out. Number one, the vest can't come back because the tribal chief version of Roman Reigns has to become the tribal chief again because Solo Sikoa created the narrative that he is now the tribal chief. So when Roman Reigns comes back, he cannot be close to anything with Shield Roman Reigns with the bulletproof vest. It has to be one of those things where the elders. I'm so glad you just brought that up. The elders sent me back. I have to be this. I have to be the head of the table. I have to be that. Now, you have to book it where you get the face or anti-hero version of Roman Reigns. So if Roman Reigns comes back, beats everybody, grabs Jimmy and says, hey, this is how it's going to be. This is how it was. I made my mistakes, my bad, but this is how it's going to be. Same thing with Jay, same thing. And if he decides to get Sammy, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I wouldn't be mad at that whole Sammy narrative coming back. That wouldn't bother me. The fact of the matter is that we cannot ever see that bulletproof vest with that R on it ever again. That is the dumbest thing on Roman Reigns. It was terrible. The blue contacts was bad. The bulletproof vest was bad. Gross. That was the whole. Oh my God, he looks like Aquaman. Never again. We have to. We have to stay away from that. if you are bringing back Jordan's swagger, acknowledge me, Roman Reigns as a face, just make him an anti-hero, bro. Put him as a tweener. That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it as a tweener. Now, I want Sammy back as a bloodline. The chat and IG is like, no Sammy in the bloodline. I want that version of Sammy back in the bloodline.
Why wouldn't we want Sammy from the
Sammy
bloodline?
turned up the bloodline so the angle didn't get stale. Why wouldn't we want him to be a part of something like that?
And we can finally get the Sammy Uso shirt?
Yes.
Are y'all kidding me? Joe, I got one question for you, brother. When you're going into battle, what do you do?
Huh?
When you're going into battle, what do? You
don't bring that ratchet ass bulletproof vest.
When you go into battle, what do? You don't
bring that ugly ass shit.
Please don't.
You suit up.
No, bro. Oh God.
You suit up.
God, bro.
Look at Club.
Please stop, bro.
No. So no.
You suit up.
No. He's coming back as Joe, okay? But not like Joe, like himself. That's the presentation we're gonna get when he come back. He gonna be like, in so many words, my cousin got me fucked up. Let me show you why you shouldn't. It's not gonna be a shield to it. His cheers is gonna be in what he says he's gonna do to his people. He not gonna suffer in succotash. He not gonna declare for the Royal Rumble and mess his face up. None of that. No, we're not. That guy died.
And see, that's what I'm saying. The vest Roman Reigns is synonymous with all the chicanery that took place. I get that, but you're not going to get that Roman. We're going to get Tribal Chief Roman, but that vest is returning. It's gonna return, y'all. Now it might be.
You make me so mad right now. You make me so angry right now. I love you, brother. You're making me so mad right now. I'm getting so heated with you right now.
Y'all know I'm not lying. That's why y'all mad.
I'm mad because it's not right. It's that vest got burnt. Okay, the last person who got their vest, he just got hit in his back on WrestleMania. It's a
that part. Look at Farmer Tim Farmer's comment. That part. This is what we're getting.
Okay. Read this out loud.
It'll be the big tribal. No, he should have put the big dog tribal chief.
No, it's gonna be. He was right. It's the big tribal dog chief. That's the dumbest thing about it.
No. That's why it's not happening. Version of it, but it's going to be the mashup of those Romans. That's the face version. When he talks on the mic, he still needs to do everything heel Roman was doing. Whatever city, acknowledge me. Yeah, he needs to still do all of that. That's never going away because that's how he got over. That's why we started cheering for heel Roman. Everybody forget that was supposed to be a heel. Every time he acknowledged me, everybody losing their minds. Everybody, bro. When Triple H was at his peak as a heel, who was applauding him?
We were.
No, we were not. Go back and watch the Ruthless Aggression era Triple H. Go watch the My Time Triple H. And you're not going to find a soul in there cheering or applauding for him.
Listen to me right now. Listen to me right now.
Roman had everybody like this in the sky. High.
Because it was trendy. But okay, all right. Hold on one second. Because I think somebody else brought up. The reason why they don't want Sammy is they want Hikuleo from New Japan because he says he's going to do WWE. I think he's going to opt out of his contract and join the WWE.
Zilla is in Booker School, I think, too.
Yep. Here's the thing. Hikuleo was loyal to the Gorillas of Destiny. And I think when he comes back, he'll still be loyal to the Gorillas of Destiny when he comes back. I personally think that if you're going to do it in the manner that you're going to do it, that you might as well put this guy in a space where just put him with his brothers. That way you get Sammy. And then you just add Brock in the mix out of nowhere. Because now it's Paul Heyman, guy you attacked. Okay? That's how you do that. All right. Just to spice it up with some potato salad with raisins in it. Okay, just spice it up with some type of new She carried the red. Okay, I didn't say it's gonna be good for you, but it's just different. Now look. At this point, I don't think Roman Reigns should come back with the book of vest. I'm okay with him having on his pants with the R on it. Okay, like a Rough Rider R. That's okay. All right.
Because that was the only thing that was removed. That's the only thing he took off during the Tribal Chief run. He had the same little pants and boots on when he had the vest. But he didn't change his presentation.
He did.
I'm talking about as far as ring gear. That was the only thing that was missing was the vest.
He had the red Johns.
Okay, he made customized boots. He made customized boots. Okay, I'll give you that.
The pants.
Those were the same pants.
Come on, bro. You gotta stop this, bro. I'm not letting you.
That was the same pants. Bro, go on 2K24. Do they got Shield Roman and Tribal Chief Roman on there? Yeah. I don't have 2K24 just yet. I still got 2K.
They got both of them on it.
Okay, compare and contrast them next time you play. You tell me if I'm when I get a lot. I don't like it. Outside of the boots, the only thing that was removed was the vest. And I get it. I know why there's such angst against vest Roman. It's well deserved. It's well deserved. Listen, hey, I don't even know how to follow that up, man.
Listen, WWE listen to women too, bro. It's important.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Let's check out Smart Psychology's comment right quick.
Go from there. See?
But you suit up when you're going into battle, bro.
Bro, stop with the suit up thing, man.
Please don't say.
See, this is not. I'm really trying to figure out why you're such a resistance to this, guys. Because every time I have a take like this, we've been here before. We've been here before.
It's because when you say takes like this, they listen to what you say, and that's what bothers me. Is that they listen to what you're saying?
To me. It's just
no, bro. They were not. No one was thinking about that stupid ass vest until this fool comes back. He should come up with the vest. No.
Vest presentation. No, I'm not trying to hear that. He's not coming with no vest, nothing. He took the vest off to say he ain't that person no more. I take it a step further. When he hit Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, that was him absolving himself of all that shit. He's not coming back. It's over with. It's done. It left with the story. That guy's over. He's not here. He ain't coming back. Nope. It's just like they did. They went to the store for the cigarettes. He ain't coming back.
Wow.
It's over with.
Shout out to my sis in the comments. What's going on, Jeff? She said I don't never acknowledge her when she's in there.
Acknowledge
Somebody acknowledgement. Here we go.
All right. But we shall see. I'll leave it there. But as I stated, we've been here before. The writing is on the wall.
I swear, you, bro.
I got 10 push-ups, a bottle, and $1 for you.
This is
if you want to add a bottle to it, we can add a bottle to it.
If he comes back with that stupid ass vest, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna lose.
He gonna have a different color glove. That's it.
The glove might be black.
Yep.
That won't be gold. That'll be the difference. Like the glove might be black.
I need the glove to stay red. I need the red glove. You need to keep it red.
You can't,
because the gold to me was like champion. That signified him being the champion. That was his champion glove. You know what I'm saying? But the red one is just kind of like, well, the red one kind of synonymous with that too, because he intertwined. He utilized that red in more matches defending the title, I think, than the gold. But
let's switch gears right fast. What is the new bloodline gonna wear? Because now you got to figure out what Solo gonna wear.
You got that, and who's gonna be the new wise man?
Armando Alejandro Estrada. Him. It's gonna be that guy.
I pray to God it's him.
Me too.
That would make me very happy if it's him. And then people saying Rikishi. I don't want Rikishi to be.
I think Rikishi has been super active, bloodline everything, especially this new iteration of the bloodline on his Twitter.
Yeah, he doing too much vouching for his kids though.
He's doing a whole lot of vouching, bro, especially for Solo.
Yeah,
Because Jimmy and Jay, they really don't, they don't really need it. They solidified at this point. They vets in the game over 10 years. You know what I mean? Same with Roman. So they don't necessarily need it as much. Let me tell Tim Farmer, you are 1,000% correct. I was the one guy at Allstate Arena losing my mind at Money in the Bank a few years ago when Roman Reigns had a match against Jinder Mahal. Yes, I have been a Roman Reigns stan since the Shield. Clutch is right here. He can tell you. I literally made a comment one night in our old RWR wrestling group. I said, I know everybody's saying Seth. I know everybody's saying Dean. Watch for Roman Reigns.
Bro, it's okay. This is my thing, bro. This is my thing. This is my thing. The bloodline, the new one, has to have somebody who can talk on the mic who's a nuisance and annoying. Rikishi's not that. When you see Rikishi, we
can't really say that though.
You can't unsee Rikishi dancing. We're too cool.
We never got, and that's what I'm saying. We never got heel Rikishi like full on. Sure, we had him. Oh, he hit Stone Cold. That's because they.
Bro, you forgetting about the big leather suit Rikishi?
But wait a minute. What if it is Rikishi?
I'm thinking.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Just based on the idea that this bloodline is pretty much being secretly ran by The Rock, right?
Yep.
Imagine Rikishi being the mouthpiece for that group, and they did. There you go. She knew it. She knew where I was going with that. He did it for The Rock, literally.
The final boss.
Y'all are making me angry today.
He did it for the people.
It's only one or two people that's going to be the new wise man. That's Rikishi or Haku. Now Haku doing his wrestling, he's not wrestling.
That was Umaga's handle.
Well, Estrada thing was new, but I'm definitely not opposed to that because Estrada brings back so many other little strings of history from him and Umaga. Oh, and that's what I was getting ready to say. Jacob Fatu versus Brock Lesnar would have been the closest thing we could have got to a Brock Lesnar versus Umaga match. Oh my God!
Ooh,
that's why I wanted. Mm-hmm.
Just Umaga versus Brock. Just imagine if Brock was around during that time.
All right, I'm gonna say something. This had nothing to do with anything. This version of Soul Sokola is a waste of his cold ass theme song. His theme music is cold as shit. He's messed it up with this terrible gimmick. First off, just bro, stop wearing these Italian ass suits with these suede shoes. You look crazy. Go back to wearing you can do you can literally do just look like whoever's dressing him is dressing him wrong. He's a big guy. So what you do is if you're gonna dress him appropriately. You don't have to have him in these church dress shoes, bro. Don't put him in that. Okay, you can put him in the little boots with some decent Italian boots, some decent pants, not so baggy, bro. Like where you you ain't got to hem him up. And why he still got these silk velour shirts of all types of reds? These.
Yeah, them red suede shoes be killing me.
Suede shoes was a bit much, bro. I was looking at SmackDown like, even Roman ain't put the red suede steppers on.
He dressing like the deacon that's holding, the one deacon at the church is holding in case any of these gang ragamuffins come. He's just like, hold on, now you come in here now. I got
with murderer gloves on.
Right. You don't need that. You don't need that. So I
like where they were going with him initially. He was an updated version of a head shrinker, which I was completely fine with. Head shrinker / Umaga. He was paying homage to him in his ring gear. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. If you got to add boots to it. I'm fine with that. No, but his presentation should never change. He should even with all his talking, because he still ain't found that balance. It's all about that balance with the character. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got to be that Solo in the ring, but when you on the mic too. So it still got to be a nice little balance. You know what I mean? That's why it's important. Whoever they put there as their next wise man, and that next wise man has to be able to go toe-to-toe with Paul when that moment comes too. So you have to make sure their next wise man is somebody that can go on the mic.
bro, it has to be one of those things where when you're doing it, like if you're gonna use him in a space where like we're using him to be able to be a version of something where like if you want him to be a mob boss, you would dress him up accordingly as a mob boss. You don't have to dress him up like in like full on attire where he's just affiliated. Like just dress him up like okay, you know what I'm saying? Instead of giving him these big ass Italian pants, like a black chino, khaki chino, some type of chino, whatever, and just like some boots. You know what I'm saying? And a decent shirt. And stop making him wear this thick ass silver ass chain. That's weird. No. Just put him in stuff that's appropriate for the time that he's in. Right, he's a boss, so stop dressing him like the Italian mob bosses that you see in Casino, that you see in Goodfellas. No, the times are different. If you give Solo a cold ass, decent ass leather jacket, you know that's fit for him or whatever, and a decent a decent red shirt or whatever, and some decent clothes. It's all right. Never mind. Not the leather jacket. That's a bad idea. That's carry across it. Just put him in something nice. That makes sense.
Unless that was just like a last minute thing to have him presented in that way. You know, they had him go to Men's Warehouse right quick, grab some threads, and that's what he came up with. Because yeah, man, I was sitting there like, yo, how he gonna power bomb? That's why Jacob had to power bomb Paul. Like he couldn't power bomb him with them suede steppers on, bro. It wasn't gonna happen.
No,
like,
not with them. He gonna slip.
Too clean power bomb people.
It was too clean.
I can't even do it. By the way, shout out to Paul Heyman who can sell anything. Jesus Christ. The fact that he didn't sleep for 24 hours like he didn't sleep for 24 hours or whatever and look stressed out. Freaking amazing.
No, I'm gonna tell y'all a hot take. That was easy for him to act like that because he really mean that. He missed that man.
Yeah. Shit, we all do.
We all do. You've never seen fans love and miss Roman. And this was the thing for me with Cody winning. It's like it's bittersweet because you want to see him finish the story, but at the same time, it's like you got to go through this rebuilding process all over again. And he doesn't have a viable opponent that's going to make you care about Cody the same way you did as he was going up against Roman. So now it's like all smiles. Hey, I got the title, y'all. You never got away. And it's not as big of a it ain't as relevant anymore. And people, I remember when he first came back, when Roman very first came back doing this heel thing, people still were trying to boo him, like legit boo him just to boo him. It wasn't booing him to respect him as a heel. And he got over, like he finally got over almost 10. How long Roman? They've been wrestling for like 12 years now. Yeah. He finally got over as a heel because he was finally able to be himself. And I don't even really think it was being a heel. It was just, I'm able to sit here. I'm able to talk my stuff. I'm a shit talker. You know what I mean? This is what I do. You know what I mean? And you making me say suffering succotash trying to play a role like, he couldn't be himself. He was finally allowed the opportunity to be himself, and we loved it.
Because we keep forgetting that Roman Reigns now is who Jordan Noy actually is. Jordan Noy was a all-conference D lineman that was Defensive Player of the Year at the ACC. He's cocky and he's brash. He was an asshole on that field too. That's who he is. And that's how it should be. Period.
The best thing for him was him being able to actually show his personality and his character. That's what was missing from the vest presentation during his first face run. I'll take it a step further. The Roman Reigns character that first got like success of any kind of NXT was when he was being a heel. Him being who he was in the Shield, that wasn't even who he was in NXT. He had to learn that on the fly. And people like forget that about him. Everybody else was who they was. Like Ambrose been that guy with NXT, main roster, Shield, everything, the whole entire time. Seth Rollins, same thing, just a different name. Roman Reigns, he had to be who he was and learn as he go. Even being the face, same thing. He had to read what was being said to be there. There was no Joe in there. The tribal
Yeah.
chief had Joe all in it.
Yeah, that's how every aspect of Joe in it. All right,
So
well,
when,
go ahead, bro.
but yeah, so like, you know, like I was saying earlier, like, you know, the Shield part of his story was there like the entire time, and that was what the whole full circle moment leading to the story being ended at WrestleMania was. That guy not here no more. The Joe we gonna get that's coming back, he is on a mission because one, my cousin playing in my face in front of everybody. He keep bringing new people into this situation without telling me, and now you messing with my guy. Yeah, the title can wait. And we're going to appreciate that dude because the Roman we're used to, all he thinking about is that championship. That's probably another reason why him being missing is one of those things. Think about this, bro. Whether he's on TV every week, however it is or not, the way things are right now in wrestling from WrestleMania to right now is stuff we're not used to. We were used to Roman Reigns, whether we liked him or loved him. Champion or not champion for the last few years, like him, the tribal chief, his title reign, it outlasted COVID at its peak.
Yeah,
that's not being funny. That's a real fact.
That's real tape.
Like the summer of 2019. Yeah, the city wasn't even. I mean, everything wasn't even shut down yet. We was able to stay inside and go outside. He still had the championship. He was still a champion in some regard. And now it's like, okay, get used to this. And we can't see him on TV at the same time.
It's hard to get the concept of doing something different with Roman Reigns when you put him in a space where he's always around that belt. Like him winning the IC title was just so he could be a Triple Crown winner, and I get it. Because he had won the United States title and then tag titles, I get that. But like all those things that they put together for him and set him up with, it's hard to see him out of the title picture. Even with Cody, I think Tim Farmer even said he's wrestling the same people that Roman wrestled for the past 4 years. The exact same people. I think the only person he has faced is Kevin Owens. In terms of like the wrestling aspect of it all, but that's never where it's headed to. That's where it's going. And unless something dramatic happens or something changes, or there's something different, like that's what the narrative is going to be, because WWE needs to build more stars up.
Yeah.
And Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, some of these young guys, Braun Breaker, those guys are going to be the future for that, but we'll see how they do that in the next go around. Now it is time for me to switch up the narrative really briefly. Hold on a second.
Acknowledge your WCW.
That's right. We're still doing cosplayers for WCW, still putting them in the mix of all things. And in case you missed it on your IGs, ladies and gentlemen,
No,
here you
I think
go.
you have a little crush on me.
Ew, no.
Yeah, I think you do.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Hey! There goes my baby. You don't know how good it feels to call you my girl. There goes my baby. Oh, loving everything you do. Ooh, girl, look at you.
Appreciate
Yes, Lord.
animated. Appreciate.
My bad, I threw you off.
Appreciate it, animator Asia, for allowing us to make us our WCW. She put us in her story. Much love for that. Appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for that. I'm grateful for that as well. It is one of those things where she is a cosplayer, ladies and gentlemen. She has all her links in her bio. If you want more information to be able to follow her, to be able to look her up, to be able to see it, boom, right there in front of your face at Animated Asia right there. You're able to look her up and see all of the many pleasantries that is on her page. There you go. Now, I have an idea. Just follow along with me. Don't judge me. This is going to get weird.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Hot.
Hot Take After Dark.
It's only appropriate that it's in the daytime right now. You know, we're in a space where, you know, it's America. 4th of July, baby. Okay. All right. Premium time to celebrate being American. All right.
American.
Greatest porn star of all time, go.
You just threw
Greatest all time. Go. You just
Yeah.
because I had a whole nother wrestling question to ask you, man, and you just threw me off.
Yes. That's what we're doing.
let me take off my sombrero.
Right. I go first. And I'm
America.
gonna do this off the cuff because I do this off the cuff on Boulevard Ave. I think Jada Fire to go. Sorry.
I was gonna go Jada Fire too. No lie.
And she blocked me on IG, and I don't even care. But Jada Fire.
Why did she block you?
How nasty are you that Jada Fire had to block you? Whoa.
Because she's nuts. That woman's nuts.
Why did she?
No,
block
you're
you?
nuts. No Diddy.
I'm not. Well, I got nuts for her, but
Jesus.
here's the thing, Clutch. So she blocked me on Instagram, follows me on Twitter. To this day, still follows me, still interacts with me on Twitter. She just blocked me on Instagram. I gave her a compliment, and anybody who's privy or who has watched pornographic videos before knows a Jada Fire video. They know it's gonna be fire. She had the right name. She did the damn thing. I said Jada Fire looks better now. I said she's gotten finer with time. I said she's gotten better, like wine. She's got better with time. That was literally what I said.
Bars.
And I got blocked for that. She told me I shouldn't have told her she looked better now than basically when she was performing. That was literally why I got blocked.
Yeah, see, I think in her mind, she felt like what you mean better. She probably felt like she always been hot. You know,
which is completely fine. But the way you guys are here, am I lying? Was my statement not accurate?
It was probably better off to tell us, her, you know. If she blocked me, I'm gonna tell her something real gross. Like,
no, it wasn't no sausage picking. None. I don't see when you're talking.
It ain't gotta be a sausage pick. I'll just straight up tell her like,
no,
hey,
I'm not saying that's what you would have done. I'm just saying for me, like I didn't send nothing like that. I could have respected the block had I just been under that kind of act doing something doofy like that, but that wasn't the case. So I've talked to porn stars on several platforms before. You know what I'm saying? I'm friends with some of them. A couple, like Melrose Fox follows me on Instagram. I've talked to her on there before. I don't take this more than nothing than just conversation. It is what it is. But I've said similar things to her, and she just hits the heart, and that's it. No problem, no whatsoever. I can't get Roxy Reynolds to say nothing to me, and that's really my goat. But I just had to say, just work rate wise, yeah, I have to get Jada Fire her flowers. But yeah, I got blocked just for saying she finer now than she was when she was doing films.
Did you do it under a tweet or a picture, or did you do it outright the DMs?
I want to say, I think I did it on one of the pictures. Like she put a post up, and I did it on one of the pictures.
What platform? It was IG.
This was on IG, and she went out of her way. She went, no, it wasn't. I wasn't because I put hard eyes and all that. There was no way for her to take this as a diss.
But it's not you, but bro, you understand? Like it's not like okay.
Her ego got to be through the roof. If you take that was a compliment. Now I know some women, you know, oh, I'm aging. We all aging. That's a blessing. But you look better now than you did when you were performing. I'm sorry, like people, it is what it is.
Look, you kind of hit it earlier, you know, age and being fine like wine. Let me tell you, I thought I was in my prime in my 20s. No. I'll take that as a compliment. Seriously. Like if it was me.
I'll take it as a compliment too. I'll take it as a compliment too.
But, you know, it's a matter of my head and about her ability.
Bro. Vanessa Blue's another one. She's, man, It don't look like she aging.
I am going to.
Can't even tell.
I have a toss up between Jasmine Cashmere and
Kind of muffled, bro.
I have a toss up between Jasmine Cashmere and Miss B. I can't.
Jasmine, she another dog. She was a light skinned dog. Like, you know.
I fundamentally cannot pick. I feel like I fundamentally can't pick. When I tell you, it's like when I tell you, for me, when people's like, "Who's your GOAT?" This is literally an MJ. I can't call the big guy. But game. I don't know what to tell you. Tacoma Tyler, happy 4th. Trying to have you on the show. Appreciate you so much. You're one of the best. You're one of the great.
You still kind of sound muffled, bro.
Do I still sound muffled?
You ain't close. You gotta get closer to the mic.
Oh, I have to get closer to the mic.
You whisper so clearly.
Yeah, Nicole Tyler just shouted us out. Happy 4th, Nicole Tyler. She's one of the GOATs.
Happy 4th.
I can't call it because they're both. I can't call it. Bro. I wouldn't even call it.
Teach that.
Yeah, you can't.
I was going to say I'm personally a big fan of Miss B Nasty. I think she does what I like. That's all I'm gonna say. And Janice Hart, y'all know that dark skin, like, ooh.
But funny ass Janice. Oh my god, yeah. I hate you. That's damn it. Now see, there it goes again. Now we're right back to the debate again.
It's the Avengers, though. You got to think of the female Avengers when you come to that. It's Pinky, Prime Pinky.
Prime Pinky, you got to say that.
Prime Pinky, Jada, Jasmine, Roxy, Melrose Fox is another one for me. Yep. And Cheyenne Jacobs is another one for me. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. You saw that reaction? Yes, Lord. I had to do my Kevin Gates.
Oh, good times. Good. Hey, now, sleeper. That's a sleeper. Only real ones know that one. You're like, huh. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's move forward so we can move on to this.
Because I was trying to figure out how to segue into this, because that would have been crazy segueing into it from the porn. Did y'all know Rhea and Murphy tied the knot?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Congratulations to Rhea and Buddy Murphy.
Yeah. Got tired of
Dom is dead when he get back in there. If they can keep the storyline going for 2 years, and it's Buddy Murphy versus Dom, I want to see it. I'm okay with that.
Ooh, can they keep that going for 2 years though?
I don't think so. And the only reason why you can't keep it going for 2 years is not because of like Rhea or Dom. Liv Morgan is only relevant with that championship belt. You can't give her a championship run for a long period of time and say she's a dominant champion. That doesn't make any sense. And I'm not saying it because of her ability in the ring. I don't think we fundamentally believe. Like, even that match she had with Zelina Vega, it was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
But Zelina Vega is a great wrestler. She's a great wrestler that wrestled in Impact. So she can wrestle and she can cut a promo now, and she's getting more opportunities, which is great. But Liv Morgan is, again, an attractive Caucasian woman who just so happens to be what's hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Smoke the Goat asked us, the Ghost, said, can Buddy stay off the injured list for more than 2 months?
Bro, come on.
That's Juan. What's up, Juan?
Yes, sir.
It's hard, bro, because life is hard. Life be life.
Well, I mean, he wasn't on the injured list like that in WWE. I think it's just all in how it's when I think of AEW, it's like a free for all over there. Them guys, they kind of got the leeway to do whatever they want to do in the ring, and it's not as 100% about protecting each other and protecting themselves the way the WWE style does. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think WWE limits so much of the move sets that they let guys do, and they'll let the, you know what I mean, they'll let the handcuffs off like during pay-per-views, or if they think this will, you know, help the storyline, you know, proceed further and add more to it. Just like CM Punk did that power driver to Cena, you know, years back. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? It was banned at that time.
Right.
Only person we saw doing a power driver was Undertaker. So
yeah. MJF is the best heel in the business right now because of the swerve. But I'm talking not the swerve Strickland thing. I'm talking about like because of the swerve, his swerve as he came back, because he is who he is. He
got right back to it.
Yep. Final thoughts, gentlemen. Final thoughts before I get into all the credits and all the things and shout people.
Oh, we got to do Money in the Bank, my brother. We got to do Money in the Bank picks.
I forgot. My bad. So
I was hoping to go there.
Oh, all right. Let's do it.
All right. I got it queued up. You know, so all we got to do is just make our picks. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna just read this off CBS Sports. These are the matches. I'm gonna read it as listed. World Heavyweight Championship: Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins.
Damian Priest. Yep.
I don't see no reason to take the title off of him at this moment.
You better not take it off. It ain't no sense.
And I'm really enjoying him as champion right now. He's looking like a champion. He's confident. Yeah, I'm really enjoying him in that spot right now.
Side note, they're gonna build to like some type of dissension, or Finn's gonna straight up turn on them, leading to judgment to Finn and Damian at SummerSlam. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
or probably Damian. It's probably gonna be Damian and Bolton at SummerSlam, and then all of a sudden that'll be the way that Finn gets the dissension by helping Damian lose to Bolton, because a 6-month run is good for Damian. Oh, wait.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
4, 5, 6 month run is good for Damian. That's good. That's 100 days as champion is fine for Damian Priest. We should go over that.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna do the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Jey Uso versus Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade versus Chad Gable versus 2 to be determined. Of one, I think, is one King Rico.
Drew McIntyre's in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre. So they probably made this list prior to him winning. So you got one left to be determined, and I think that one is
Keith Ricochet. They got everybody in there.
But out of who's listed, at least, who do y'all think is winning?
Wait, is there a mystery person going in there?
Yeah.
No, it got to be outdated because it's another person. I just saw it this morning.
That's well, this is the list as
Santos Escobar.
Did he win? He's not in it.
He's not in it.
It's something.
Chat, who's in the men's Money in the Bank? Come on, chat.
Because I just
okay. Let me check them out.
But even if, let's just say for shits and giggles, it is Santos Escobar. Ain't nobody picking Santos. Who y'all got?
Not.
They're going to go.
He doesn't deserve it. I don't want that to be taken as disrespect. I'm not saying that he's not a viable competitor, but
LA Knight. I feel bad. Why didn't we know that?
There you go. Yeah. Well, there goes my King Rico theory.
LA Knight. Well, yeah, he's not coming back, bro. He's gone, bro. He's already talking to AEW. He's already talking to AEW.
Nah.
Here's who I want to win. I want Andrade to win the Money in the Bank. Here's what they're going to do. It's either Chad Gable, Drew McIntyre, because they've done such a good job as what they've already been doing in the first place. It's either those two. It will not be Jey Uso in any shape, fashion, or form. Get it out of your head.
Total disservice if he doesn't win.
Jey Uso?
Yes.
Can't be.
He's lost every championship match you've put him in.
Can't be.
He needs some reason. The only reason I would say he loses Money in the Bank is if one of the new Bloodline members calls him to lose.
That's probably what it's going to be, and that's how we get to it. Because now they've gotten rid of Jimmy, they got rid of
Paul.
Let's just get rid of the rest.
That's the person I want to win because he needs something big. Because right now, his main event run, like I said before, it's been majority just entrance in Yeet.
Yeah.
And hasn't been any solo contribution, like, accolade since he been on his own. So that's what I would want to happen. But all signs point to Drew McIntyre or LA Knight. It's one of them to me.
I
And
think
Drew McIntyre getting it kind of makes it seem, well, it could be like payback. Like if Drew McIntyre get the briefcase, and let's just say for shits and giggles that Damian Priest beats Walter, Finn Balor turns on him, Drew cashed the briefcase on him because of what happened at WrestleMania.
But I think the only two guys that legit should be getting this, not to say Andrade doesn't deserve it. I think that'd be an interesting pick to put it on him. I think it's either LA Knight or Jey Uso. Now, if Jey Uso wins, this is how you legitimize him appearing on both shows. This is how you legitimize him appearing on Raw. He was already a Raw, roster guy. So now this is how he pop up on SmackDown, which would help, lead into that bloodline feud that's gonna transpire. That being said, but like y'all said, you could still see a scenario where that takes place because of them costing him the Money in the Bank briefcase. So now that's a 50-50 thing because both of those ways, help to justify him appearing on both shows. Or it could be a whole thing, him just appearing on the show and what's my man name? The GM over on SmackDown. Like arrest him. Like
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis. But this guy, you got this guy coming over here unauthorized, blah, blah, blah. You could do that route too.
Nicholas Aldis.
But I think those are the main two guys. Because LA Knight has lost a little luster too right now. I know he's in the feud with Logan Paul, but he's not hitting as hard as he was prior to Cody coming over there winning the title and all that good stuff.
He's over, but I agree.
It's just not last summer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Jay. I feel strongly about Jay getting it because Jay's lost every single championship match he's been in. He's just been on a losing streak. Like he'll win on Raw, but when it comes to winning that big match, he's losing it. So I think putting that briefcase on him, and he's over, so it would make sense to put it on.
I get it. I was thinking
Yeet in the bank. Yeet in the bank. Anybody?
No Yeet in the bank. No Yeet in the bank. What's next? Yeet. no Yeet.
Let's go over to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Io Sky versus Chelsea Green versus Lyra Valkyria, and I don't know the remaining members because this is the dated list. This list is from June 25th. Let me see if I can find one from WWE website.
I'll give you one because you named one of them. If WWE wants to build stars while you're in Toronto, you give it to Chelsea Green. You let Chelsea Green carry that and make that one of the most entertaining Money in the Bank runs that you will see this side of the Mississippi. Because Chelsea Green is charismatic enough to fumble it, but you can take her seriously as a champion because she showed you at NXT she can wrestle against the champion. She's also shown you on SmackDown that she can wrestle against champions and have a good match. People forget her finisher is the unprettier, and it's one of the dopest unprettiers there. She's very technically sound in the ring and can wrestle very well. And she's entertaining, period. I know everybody wants to say, Tiffany Stratton deserves it because she's been the most consistent. Okay. We should also do Shane's not in that. Io Sky because she won last year and do 2-time. No. Chelsea Green is the choice right now. She beat out Bianca Belair, one of the greatest women's champions to do it. That's who has to be. Chelsea Green, period. That's what I'm going with.
Well, as much sense as that makes, I'm going to tell you straight up who they're going to pick. They're going to pick Tiffany Stratton. Yeah. Tiffany Stratton's going to win Money in the Bank, bro.
Yeah.
She was over. She's been over. Even after she almost had a scandal, she's still over. This will be where they revolt. Tiffany's fans will literally go fucking crazy if she don't get this one. If, of course, they don't give the Chelsea Green because they're in Toronto just to get the hometown pop, just like they did to kind of ease the blow when they took the tag belts off of Jade and Bianca with the hometown Alpha Fire situation. It'll be that. But if it's not Tiffany Stratton, it has to be Chelsea Green. Any other answer is going to cause an issue.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so here's the full list: Io, Lyra, Tiffany, Chelsea, Zoe Stark, and Naomi.
Yep.
Yeah, can't be. Yeah, can't be Naomi. Got it. No, we got to check. She need the check. She's going for the check right now. She did not try to win that championship and get that extra stuff. She don't want that. She just want the check right now.
I ain't gonna hold you. I think Zoe needs it the most out of all of those. Chelsea's gonna get over just because now they're giving her the opportunity to show her in-ring ability. She's already showed she can get over with the characters.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where they just really need to, just put in an opportunity. Even if they maybe have her have another NXT women's title match and she wins that. But I do see her being a women's champion down the line. I don't know. But I wouldn't be mad at her winning either, especially now that they're letting her go in the ring too.
Yeah, and they said that she says she wants to bring back the Divas title.
I don't know about that, but
yeah, I know about
that. She said that. Just point that out. Y'all picked her. Mm-hmm.
I didn't pick her. I picked Zoe.
I picked Chelsea. Listen, as much as she likes doing that, like, I think the Divas title is cute. We should bring it. Yeah, that's cool. But good and goddamn well, Trish gonna be like, no, that title dead, bro. You stop that shit.
Exactly. Right? That part.
Flair gonna reemerge. Don't do it.
Don't do it. What we got next?
All right, we got Cody joining forces with Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Excuse me, I'm getting ready to say Keith Lee. Shit, against the Bloodline.
Bloodline wins by chicanery. That'll be the way you make Cody look soft, and then Randy Orton might do some shit. King Cayman, you've been gone the whole time. You finally here, you mother trucker. What's up, buddy?
I don't think he knew. It's all good. Oh
yeah, you probably didn't know. My bad, bro.
Orton turns on Cody. Bloodline wins.
Yep.
Now to go back to what we were talking about earlier, does Roman appear here?
No.
Money in the Bank?
He should not. No, he should not. He should not. He should not do that unless you have him take out each member of the bloodline after, like have the bloodline go on early. You take out each member of the bloodline after they win their match, and then have like mystery, just like Mr. People can beat up, and then when Seth is about to win, you have Roman spear Seth, and that's how Damian Priest keeps his title.
I was thinking more along the lines of how Punk came out at the end of War Games. You let the Bloodline win. They all in the ring looking dominant. Yeah, we done it. We did it. We do Bloodline. And next thing you hear is that
in the show.
You see the big vest.
No,
it will not be a vest.
Dude,
stop saying vest.
No, Clutch, who you got winning this? I'm not listening to you no more, bro.
Right. So, if I read right, they're supposed to be building up towards Solo facing Cody for the title at SummerSlam. So, like I said, I think Randy Orton gonna turn on Cody in some form in the match toward the end of the conclusion, or even after a decision is made. But even still, the Bloodline gonna win so that match takes place. That's why it still might be a chance that Roman might not come out per se after the match, but they might do like a video package or something to say, okay, you got my attention, just to make it where we gonna see him at SummerSlam during the build of Solo and Cody. That's what I think is gonna actually happen.
That's such a great theme song. Such a lame character right now. When he had the theme song with he was bare feet, that's when it was like, that song fit him, man.
That's why I said he was.
So red suede shoes make it a little odd because it has to be a little smoother than what it actually is.
He was an updated head shrinker, man. It worked.
Make it weird, bro. Make it so weird. I don't like it. What's the next match you got, bro?
We got one left, and that's the IC Championship match. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker.
Sami Zayn said it earlier.
Samuel Zayn will win that match because he has to win that match, not because Braun Breaker is not capable of beating him. There will probably be some Sheamus or some Ludwig Kaiser chicanery of some sort, and that will be how that match ends.
I'm really trying to wonder if Roman's gonna pop up Saturday or not.
He can't, bro. He can't. That's a terrible idea.
Somebody's gonna pop up Saturday. I don't know who. I think maybe the new wise
It could
man.
be Jimmy.
Maybe the new wise man. It could be Jimmy. I don't know.
We got to see what happens. If Friday feels like a show where there's epic possibilities, then you might be Roman or maybe Jimmy. Honestly, the way you put Jimmy and Jay back together is if Jimmy helps Jay win the Money in the Bank, and he does it by protecting him, by taking the bullet for him.
Exactly.
That's how you do that. But
no, I got another way.
How?
If Jimmy did come back after the conclusion of the match, and the bloodline got the up on him, like they still end up beating on him. That makes Jay come out knowing they just interfered in Money in the Bank and cost him that. That's what gives them a reason to come together.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Any other takes? Any last things? Anything at all?
Wrestling wise.
Speaking now for hold your peace.
Nothing wrestling wise, man. I think we hit everything on the head. Everybody enjoyed a holiday. Have a safe holiday. Like I said in the hot take community chat, everybody come back whole. Drink responsibly tonight. Okay. No M80s in your hands. No fireworks in your hands if you're too slizzard. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself.
And we got
yourself for me. Sorry.
We got NXT Heat Wave. That's Sunday. So I'm sure we'll cover that on Wednesday.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I did it all.
Other than that, Bret Hart was 100% right about Goldberg.
Goldberg is an asshole. I hate that. Listen, I don't dislike Goldberg. I just can't I can't stand him just not letting this shit go. Y'all have a safe 4th of July, man. Real quick, just so y'all know, y'all can follow us on all social media platforms at Hot Take Wrestling on TikTok and Instagram, Wrestling Take on Twitter, Hot Take Wrestling Podcast on Twitch, which I appreciate you guys so much for. At NMGTV, at NMGTV Network, we are at 1,760 followers now. Subscribers on there. If you could please get us to 2,000, that would be an amazing, amazing accomplishment for us. We just need 200 plus more. So if you like what you're hearing, please recommend it. Tell a friend, tell a friend. These are the contributors to the Hot Take Wrestling Podcast. Myself, Joe Freeline, the other KG, Ill Will, No Chill with Phil, myself, and again, J Lozada _low. This is the Discord. We are going to start showing pay-per-views on the Discord eventually at this point. This is where you'll be able to catch your AEW and WWE things. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Shouts out to our WCW Animated Asia for keeping up with us, hanging out with us, and being around to be able to help us with all things. Now, I am Toxic Jose. I appreciate you guys immensely. You guys are one of the best. Please enjoy your 4th of July. Drink responsibly. Esteban Kleps, give us your outro.
Always remember, be safe, be well, and I'll see you guys next week. Yes, legs. Definitely legs. She has nice legs.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Yep. Be safe. You don't want to know. You don't want that. You don't want that January. I'm sorry. You don't want that. You don't want the latex, bro. You better be safe. Be safe out here. Old man Logan, give me the outro.
All right, outro, people. Thank y'all for tuning in. We didn't know if we was gonna have anybody in the chat this time around. We actually did. So salute to all of y'all that came in and hung out with us. Tim Farmer, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for coming through. Smoke the Ghost, King Cayman. What was Shorty name, man? Let's thank her too. She came in, put some
Grenade. I think it was Grenade YOLO. Is that what it is? Grenade YOLO. Shout out to her. Shout out to my sister stopping by. Smart Psychology Podcast. Yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Phil came through. The other Phil, because we got a Phil.
Yeah. Billie Jean came through.
Billie Jean stopped by. Okay, shout out to her. Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all listen to Hip Hop Night Moves Part 1 and 2. It's my playlist. please listen to the playlist, okay? And don't forget my R&B playlist, y'all. I'm telling you, hot fire. All right. When you want your old lady to come through and get that thing going, and y'all have a good evening, you cut on Night Moods and R&B Experience exclusively.
You got it
on Apple Music.
And you put in the shag swing. I'll tell you how to do it later.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Like this episode, guys. By the way, as our esteemed associate would say, he'd say something gross and disgusting. So just insert a gross and disgusting comment here, and then
like medium meat. We don't need. I'm glad we don't got that today. Jeez,
yes. Of all days to not have it, this is a good day.
We don't got medium meat on barbecue day. All right, now.
All right, this is beautiful. All right, y'all be good. Be good.